Hello, and welcome to Dream Properties, the program that showcases remarkable homes and home sites. Now on today's show, I'll be taking you on a tour of a place unlike any we've had on the show before. And for that matter, unlike any that exist in the entire Southeast. We'll be devoting this entire program to a one-of-a-kind, prestigious mountain preserve, the Georgian Highlands. We're up here in the very heart of the North Georgia mountains, next to the start of the Appalachian Trail, where trout streams and mountain ranges define this gorgeous land. The Georgian Highlands is a truly unique development, where families from across the country are finding a way to combine their passion for the outdoors with the amenities of modern living in a mountain setting. Nestled between national parks, wilderness areas, and state-protected lands, the Georgian Highlands property elevations range from 2,500 to 3,000 feet above sea level. Well, in fact, where I'm standing right now, I'm 500 feet above the mountain town of Asheville, North Carolina, yet I'm just an hour from the vibrant pulse of Metro Atlanta. I can even see the Atlanta skyline from here. You will not find another mountain property so close to nature and yet so connected to the dynamics of a vibrant city. Now, as I show you around this scenic preserve, I'll lead you into lush wooded forests, pausing by a waterfall for just a moment, and then I'll be heading over to the stately stone-gated entrance of the Georgian Highlands. I'll stop off at the nature park, a place that the whole family will love, a perfect setting for a camping outing by the gently flowing clear stream. And then I'll end up at the picturesque model home that blends into its natural surroundings. So, we invite you to join us as we explore life at its peak in a beautiful place to live called the Georgian Highlands. Now we have a lot to see, so let's get started. Mountain community developments in the southern Appalachians, through Georgia and on up into Tennessee and North Carolina are the true jewels of the undiscovered South. Of these, developments in North Georgia are gaining favor over the ones that are in Tennessee or North Carolina because of their close proximity to Atlanta. Their distinct four seasons are mild, making them a year-round getaway. There's some very nice developments established in this newly evolving region. Some you may even see on this program. But we discovered something very unique, something very different here in the Georgian Highlands. In the Georgian Highlands, land planning and covenants come together to help preserve this pristine mixed hardwood forest. At the Georgian Highlands, gracious neighborhoods blend in naturally with the old-growth forest. Here, nature herself is the star. It's the closest one can come to living in a national park-like setting. The Georgian Highlands is the answer to a growing interest in a lifestyle that combines the best of modern amenities while bringing nature to your back door every day. Georgian Highlands residents see deer crossing their hiking path in the morning, wild turkey dancing in the afternoon, and then in the evening, they're off to the theater, or maybe a ball game, or perhaps a romantic dinner by the Chestatee River. It's a rare blessing to be surrounded by 1 million acres of designated natural wilderness areas and still be near antique shopping in quaint mountain towns, art shows in Asheville, locally grown produce at weekend farmers markets, and the infinite business opportunities in Atlanta. The Georgian Highlands takes this mountain living experience to its peak. The people who conceived the Georgian Highlands knew they were working with something very precious when they put together this 3,500-acre mountain preserve, and they intend to ensure that its natural beauty remains precious for a long time to come. The Georgian Highlands is found on the fringe of the Cowhuttas. It's a region known to have the most diverse species of plant life found anywhere in the country. The Georgian Highlands landscape is heavily covered in mixed virgin hardwood trees. Most of these hardwoods have been on this property for over 100 years, and they continue to add rings even now. Everywhere you look, these trees are supporting an undergrowth of diverse plants that in turn keep these trees healthy and flourishing. Below the tree canopy, mountain laurel, azaleas, and rhododendrons are everywhere just waiting to announce spring's arrival. And every season receives a greeting by colorful wildflowers. This untouched ecology is also home to some rare plant species like the ginseng, pink lady slipper, American chestnut, and trilliums, just to name a few. Understanding the value of these treasures, the Georgian Highlands employs a native plant consultant who acquaints residents of the extraordinary varieties growing on their home sites and how to best preserve them. The developers and homeowners of the Georgian Highlands are sensitive to the rare mountain ecology, and they're committed to preserving this precious natural heritage for generations to come. The Georgian Highlands vision calls for its neighbors to exist in complete harmony with nature. Every development decision, from laying the roads to marking home sites, has been taken with preservation and accessibility in mind. Over 80% of the property will remain undisturbed even after the area is completely developed, assuring the rich ecological system that is the Georgian Highlands will be available outside every front door. Undoubtedly, homeowners feel fortunate every morning they wake to a sunrise over neighboring mountains with a layer of mountain mist hanging lazily in the horizon. It must certainly be views like these that have led the native Cherokees to name this the Enchanted Land. The 3,500 pristine acres of the Georgian Highlands are bordered by 1,000,000 acres of the Chattahoochee National Forest. So not only does nature remain unspoiled inside the gates, but the view you have on the day you buy will be the view you'll have in the years to come. It's the legacy view your children and grandchildren will have to experience and enjoy. And at an average elevation of 2,500 to 3,000 feet above sea level, the expansive views from the Georgian Highlands reach far up into Tennessee and North Carolina and down into the twinkling lights of Atlanta's night skyline. The majestic views are complemented by many other dramatic features, like the crystal clear trout streams that run through home sites, those entrancing waterfalls, and an abundance of wildlife. Actually, it's very common for the Georgian Highlands residents to see deer and wild turkey crossing their path during their daily nature walks. Now keep in mind, this is on their own property. Families can go for a hike and never leave their home site. This happens all the time in the Georgian Highlands because each and every home site on this 3,500-acre preserve is truly an estate. Starting at a minimum of 3 acres, the Georgian Highlands offers 5, 7, and 10-plus acre home sites. There's even a 55-acre home site. A minimum of 4.5 acres of green space for each home ensures that residents have all the privacy they desire. Presenting only large acreage home sites is something that is not done everywhere. But the developers believe that in doing so, it allows them to maximize privacy for homeowners and allows the ecology to thrive as it has for hundreds of years. It's really quite refreshing, actually. Each home site has been carefully surveyed and partitioned to allow easy access and a level build area for the one permitted structure per home site. Strict protective covenants are appreciated by residents because they make certain that every home is as nice as all the others, and that homes blend in with the natural surroundings with minimal disturbance to the forest.